Hey you guys, I want to talk about the Evil Hero leaks. So we know that Supreme King Jaden is going to be coming at the end of the month, and we have a few leaks for some cards that we're likely to get. Some rarity changes usually mean that we're going to be getting these cards in an event or a box or a level up character rewards or something. We'll see. The Dark Fusion. Fusion summon one fiend monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects. So that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? It's got no restrictions. It says one fiend monster. That's kind of, I guess that's a restriction, but if you're just going to be using your fiend monsters, it will be protected from targeting effects for one turn, which is cool. As for our actual fusions, we got Inferno Wing, which basically allows it to do piercing damage, and if you do inflict damage, your opponent will take damage to either the attack or defense of the monster that was destroyed, depending on whatever one's higher. So that's kind of cool. But it's only 2100 attack, so it's not going to be the most amazing card to use, but still kind of cool. This card's the one I think is going to be legit. So Wild Cyclone's going to be cool because it will lock your opponent out of using spells and traps when you attack, and it will also destroy all face down spell and trap cards if you do damage. So that's going to be sick. But look at its attack, it's very low. It's only 1900, right? So you're going to want to use this with something like Favorite Hero. Now, I'll get to why Favorite Hero might be a good possibility in a second, or Concentrating Current, because if you do Concentrating Current, it'll be boosted up to like 4200, I think. So that's huge. If your opponent's board is open, you can OTK right away, right? We're also getting Evil Hero Malicious Edge, as well as Infernal Prodigy. So these two cards kind of work together in tandem. So you want to special Infernal Prodigy onto the field, and then you will be able to tribute him off for Malicious Edge, and his effect will allow you to draw one card at the end phase. So that's cool. Not the most amazing thing, but it's pretty sick. And then we also have Infernal Gainer. So Infernal Gainer is really cool because it'll allow you to make any fiend monster that you control do 2 attacks during each battle phase while you control it face up. So as long as you have that monster on the field face up, every battle phase, it will be able to attack twice. And what happens is you have to banish Infernal Gainer, but he'll come back basically in 2 turns, and you'll be able to use him again on a different monster if you need to. So it's pretty good. It's like a recurring effect that you can constantly use until something happens to Infernal Gainer. Not a bad effect. It's really, really cool. So we got Dark Calling, which will allow you to banish monsters from your hand or graveyard to fusion summon. The thing is, it does not have the protection effect that you would get from Dark Fusion, so it does not prevent you from getting targeted by spells or traps or anything like that. So that sucks. But it can still be pretty useful. It's not like the worst thing in the world. So check it out. You would run some sort of fusion substitute. I would say for Saga the Destroyer. Um so that you can be able to use Infernal Gainer on him if you needed to. And then you would run obviously 3 Dark Fusion, 2 Dark Calling, maybe 3, maybe 1, maybe 0, but probably 2 at least. And then you would have, so you can do it like this too. Like you can have 1 or 2 Avian, and then 1 or 2 Stratos, so that you can draw into Avian or Stratos or Infernal Gainer or whatever you need, because Stratos will draw any hero card from your deck. So it's kind of cool to have that. It's searchable. You can search almost any hero card, but the thing is, none of the cards are really worth searching unless you have some of the stuff that we don't have in this list. I'll show that in a minute. But yeah, you can run a build like that. some fusion substitutes, 3, 3, and then you'll have, 3 to 1 avian so that you'll have the other card, and that will allow you to fusion out either Cyclone or, Inferno Wing, but regardless, that is still bad, you know? It's not, like, the most amazing setup, so what can you do, you know? Well, let's take a look at some of the other possible cards that you can get. So we got Evil Heroes. Nope, Evil Hero. We got Dark Gaia. We might get Dark Gaia, but I don't think we will get Dark Gaia. He's just so good. You can get this card like the 7,000 attack and stuff. So it's one of those cards that I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't see it happening. But maybe. We're not gonna get Malicious Bane. It's just not happening. He's too good. It's never gonna happen. Now, Malicious Fiend, I think he can either be in the box or he can be a like one of level 45 level up card for Supreme King Jaden. Maybe. We'll see. So what else we got? We got Infernal Sniper. Could be like an ultra rare, but it could also be a rare, honestly, or even a normal. I wouldn't even use it, honestly. And Lightning Golem. Lightning Golem's cool because he has like a non like restricted destroy one monster on the field kind of thing. So it doesn't even have to be face up. You don't have to discard anything. That's kind of nice. But yeah, it's not the most amazing thing in the meta that we have now. So who knows? And if you used favorite hero on him, or if you used um like Constant Current, it's not enough to do an OTK. So it's not really what I would imagine to be the best card to use. Then what else we got? We got Supreme King Castle. So this card is legit. This card is so legit because you can use it with a card called or a Legacy of a Hero or something like that, which will allow you to take 2 extra deck monsters from your graveyard, put them back into your deck, and then draw 3 cards. So considering we have 2 ways to fusion, you can fusion using um Dark Calling from the grave in the hand, and you can use Dark Fusion, which is from the hand and the field. So that's 2 extra deck monsters right away. Let's say, for the sake of argument, you also are running Vion. If you're running Vion, Vision Hero Vion will allow you to dump a card from your deck into the grave, right? And then you can banish it to get a polymerization. So boom, you can just like get the polymerization out. You'll have 2 fusion monsters on the field, um, and then you can fusion off 2 of them to make like whatever, like an adoration if you needed to, you know, something like that. There's ideas out there. Also, he can dump Sinister Necrom, which this card is broken so good. It's like it's really good. It's just that Evil Heroes aren't that good, so it's not really been abused. But if we get it, we're gonna use it because you can use Vion to dump him into the grave, and then when he's in the grave, you don't even gotta wait. You can use his effect right away to special an evil hero from the deck. So if you need to special summon anything, like you want to special summon Malicious Edge, Inferno, Gainer, you can. That's the only problem is there's not really too many options for him to special summon, really. So that's what makes him. He's good, but he's not that good because there's no real options for him to use his effect other than these 2 cards. So yeah, that's the one problem. Anyway, Supreme King Castle is great. It'll help you use a Legacy of a Hero because you'll be able to dump an extra deck monster into the grave to boost a monster that you have. So it's kind of nice. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any more to really say. Like I have a few ideas for a malicious fiend spam. Um, but I don't know how many we're gonna get, if at all we're gonna get. We're definitely not gonna get malicious hero Bane. We may possibly get evil hero Dark Gaia, but I haven't really explored any builds with him at all. Um, but yeah, Cyclone and Malicious Fiend are like the go-to cards. Cyclone, I think, is gonna have a great effect of being able to like just shut people down. And with Concentrating Current or what is it called? Favorite Hero, like he'll be 4,300 attack or something, or 4,200 attack, and Favorite Hero will make him untargetable. You'll have like Supreme King on the field, obviously, which you can boost them even more if you need to. And your opponent won't be able to use spell or traps regardless anyway, because every time he attacks, you'll lock them out. And yeah, so it's kind of like a double whammy. But we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out because people are very creative. They come up with things. I don't know if we actually talked about Dusted Gold. Dusted Gold is one of the newer kind of support cards. I think it came out in 2020. Um, you discard it to add one Dark Fusion or one card that specifically lists Dark Fusion in its text from your deck to your hand. Has no real use other than that. We're gonna be running a 20 card deck, so I don't even know if you'd want to run too many. If we did get the card, maybe one. So all in all, you'd be able to like have kind of like 6 or 7, but you could run 3 and have like 9 opportunities to draw. But he has no real use other than that. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think the idea is to figure out a way to use Legacy of a Hero to draw 3 as well as fusion climbing into something else. You know what I mean? You can fusion climb somehow. There's got to be a way. Like if you but the thing is the vanilla monsters. Like this requires a vanilla monster and so does Infernal Wing. So that sucks. I don't know. If you can use Versago in the grave to to fusion, you know what I mean? I'm not sure. If you're able to use it with Dark Calling, use Versago in the grave so that you can like fusion out like another Evil Hero Wild Cyclone, and then maybe have a Dark Fusion in the hand or a Evil Hero Dusted Gold to get a Dark Fusion, and then you can go into Malicious Fiend somehow. I don't know. There's got to be a way. There's got to be some way to figure it out because you're gonna need a Malicious Fiend, Malicious Edge on the field as well as a Evil Hero Cyclone. Maybe you have a Supreme King and it could boost your card. Okay, so let's read this second. You can summon fusion monsters that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion with effects other than Dark Fusion once per turn. So this will allow you to use polymerization, fusion, Dark Fusion, or Evil Hero monsters, which I haven't really theory crafted too much yet, but there might be a way with Vaughn to like really do that climb so that you can get the draw 3 and end a board with Malicious Fiend. So let's read what else it say. Just once per turn during damage calculation, if your fiend monster battles an opponent's monster, you can send one evil hero monster from your deck to or extra deck to the graveyard. Your monster gains attack equal to the level of the monster sent. So that sucks, but it's still good. The thing is, if you have a fusion monster on the field, you'll have to attack so that you can still get a fusion monster out of your extra deck on into the grave so that you can like have 2 fusion monsters in the grave. use Legacy Hero, so it won't be like usable turn one. But yeah. Also, who's to say it's gonna be any good anyway? Because like, what are you gonna be really drawing into? You know what I mean? More dark calling, more dark fusion. There's not really too much space for tech cards. So, but I don't know if who knows if you need tech cards. Like, if you have a Supreme King Castle, really what you want is to get a favorite hero so that you can become untargetable. Anyways, if you guys got any ideas, leave them in the comments. Um, yeah, and let me know what's going on because I'm excited for this deck, and I really hope that it ends up being good, and I hope that we are able to theory craft some really cool stuff. I'll make some other videos possibly on what possible decks that we can come up with and lists. So yeah, stay tuned.